This is the Randi Rhodes Show on 960 KNEW and online at 960knew.com.
Semper Fi, do or die, rah-rah rides, BS News for this Monday, Veterans Day, the 11th of November, 2013, and away we go. Dateline, Black Op. In Houston, a white conservative candidate narrowly won an election to a community college board in a mostly black district by misleading voters with flyers that suggested he was black. But then the joke was on him when his employer at his regular job cut his pay by 20%. Good luck with that hoodie, pal. You're gonna need it now. Dateline, getting a leg up. Amazingly, surgeons in Belgium have announced their discovery of an heretofore unknown ligament in the human knee that they've named the anterolateral ligament. Moments after learning of their discovery, my anterolateral ligament started hurting. Thanks, guys. Now that I know I have it, the doctor needs to take a look at it. Oh, my God. Dateline, missionary impossible. Scientists have discovered the oldest known fossil of two insects mating. It's a type of insect that still exists. The fossil shows that the sexual position used by this insect has not changed in 165 million years. That beats a record currently held by one right-wing religious couple from central Nebraska. Dateline, burned fat. The FDA this week proposed a ban on trans fats, which are a major contributor to heart disease. The ban would only apply to trans fats in food. They would grandfather in all of the gunk that is currently in the arteries of Rush Limbaugh. Phew. Finally, Dateline, a whole other country. Government scientists have dispelled fears that there is a Texas-sized mass of toxic debris headed towards the U.S. from the 2011 tsunami in Japan. But they did point out that a Texas-sized mass of toxic debris is already here, and it's called Texas. Thank you from the grateful nation to all of our veterans, and a special thank you and happy Veterans Day going out to the Queen of Cargo, the First Lady of Loading, the gal who put star in Starlifter, Randi Rhodes, USAF, retired. It's BS News for Monday. Have a great week.
Thank you, Duffy. Thank you very much. And, Duffy lost his dad in Vietnam. So coming from him, that means a lot to me. Thank you. And I'm thinking about you today, too. But Veterans Day is not Memorial Day. Veterans Day is for all the veterans. Memorial Day is for people who passed away, died, were killed in various wars. Today is the day to look at the lucky ones. Oh, yes, the lucky ones. And if you ask Duffy, right? So the lucky ones are the people who come back here to face either a diagnosis that's iffy on whether or not they have traumatic brain injury because you can't see it, and they weren't able to be diagnosed properly when they were overseas. Why would that be? Why would that be? Well, because you've got the military working at cross purposes, and this is something I don't know if civilian people know, but what you got is you've got the medics, the doctors, who want to save lives, not particularly wanting to patch people up for demolition in the next battle. But they're also military, and that is their function. Their function is to patch up these guys as best they can and get them back to the generals, the military command. The military command wants their soldiers back. They want them back on the battlefield, and they want them back as soon as possible. Patch them up, send them back. Now, this was the only war I ever saw, these wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, where I saw soldiers come back missing a limb, missing, various body parts, or, obviously injured, being allowed to go back. To keep the pool nice and small so, you people and 300 million others of you would never have to, know anybody that was really serving over there. And it was really, it's so hard, it's so sick. But, the very, very lucky ones, the ones who come back who, have only been traumatically injured or are only psychologically wounded or only lost one arm or only lost one leg or only lost part of their penis or only lost up to the knee. And not, okay, these guys are coming back to 10% unemployment. Almost 1 million of these people, and they're women too, but for the most part it is men. 900,000 live in homes where food stamps are used. And 1 in 10 of our veterans, not necessarily from Iraq and Afghanistan, but 1 in 10 of our veterans doesn't even have health insurance. Where's the thanks of a grateful nation? See what I mean?